Hello there, everyone. This is SoulSurfer17 here. Let me first, like usual, I'm not on this picture. This is not a paid video. Alright, okay. So here's the thing. It's 4:34, and just ignore that. That was just probably my phone with notification for a game I have on it. But anyways, I had to watch the video again and then try to think of how I'm gonna do this part. Since I don't have much time, I'm not gonna really explain much, but this is going to be my technically final video, not in the series, just for the next couple of days. So that way I can read the Solo Leveling series and write down technically all of the lists, like all the things that happened that I think I'll need to know, along with like the titles, because someone says he gets a title, so I am going to have to give the titles that Sun Jinwoo already has, and where I have Izuku, and then I'm gonna be doing my math and doing the video, and then part 2 to the Solo Leveling. That is when I'll refix the whole entire part where I kept on like basically just messing up the leveling. So yeah, and I'll even find by the AP because someone says it's ability points, which I think they're right. So I'm gonna have to see if he gets them over time or he just put in some points into it. But if not, then I'm gonna have to fix that and minus them out. So part 2 will be sort of like a retconning some stuff and fixing some of it to make more sense. So yeah. So anyways, this is what if Issei was the reincarnation of Cloud and Sephiroth, part 2. Alright. Sorry, just had to stretch. I did not get enough sleep last night, I think. I was up till 5 something in the morning. It stinks, but yeah. Anyways, so as we left off, it was when Issei changed his name to Cloud Issei Hudo. And so it's the next day though. So Issei's walking to school. He's taking his normal route to it, as then he meets up with Jessie. She basically goes, "Hi Cloud, what's up?" He goes, "Nothing much, just changing my name." She goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." "And were your parents okay with it?" She asks. He goes, "Yep. My name is now Cloud Issei Hudo, so it's all good." She smiles. She goes, "So I get to call you Cloud again?" He goes like, "You probably were gonna call me that anyways." Basically she just smiled after he laughed. And so, like, they're walking together, but Issei kind of feels like someone's watching him. So he kind of gets like a little bit serious. He goes, "Oh, somebody really likes to be a nosy person." Which, does catch, Jessie's attention. She goes, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Oh, well, somebody's watching me, it seems like. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful, alright, Jessie?" And she nods. And, so they talk and chat on the way to school. So after school, though, basically they go to school. Nothing really happens since he's not going to be a part of Reese's Parag. So yeah. So basically, Issei is walking home. He sees a girl at the park. He's just making a quick stop just to check something in his bag, because he was going to do something after school. He made a plan to go into the forest, but he needed to make sure he had like something to eat with him. And he goes, "I forgot to pack dinner." He does have like the whole entire like guitar case with him with the sword in it. So yeah, just one piece of the sword. So anyways, no, he notices though a girl with blonde hair, a white and green outfit, and green eyes, sort of looking at him. And he's just thinking, I wonder what's up with her. So, he walks over to her, and, well, he goes, "Excuse me, is everything alright?" And she goes, "Yes, actually. Sorry, it's, well, your hair." He goes, "Oh, yeah." The weird, it's blonde and, it's blonde and has some silver in it, I know. Looks weird. She goes, "No, it's just, I was just wondering, how did you," he was like, "Oh, it just came naturally." He just, like, smiles, basically, and, Azia just kind of shocked by this. And how did it get, like, so long? He was like, "I just let it grow out. That's it." So they chat. Jesse sort of, like, texts him, asking, like, where is he? He's saying he's in the park, but he's talking to some girl he just met. And which Jesse doesn't reply for the next 10 minutes. And then she goes, "What's her name?" And, like, he goes, "What's your name?" She goes, "My name's Azia. Yours?" "Cloud Issei Hudo. It's nice to meet you." She goes, "What?" He goes, "Two first names. You can call me Issei or Cloud. It doesn't matter to me." As he smiles, and basically, just on this side, he's trying to figure out, why she seems so off. It's weird. So, he texts Jesse about it. She goes, "Oh, you just met her, right?" He goes, "Yeah, there's nothing gonna happen." She goes, "Really?" He goes, "Trust me." So, Issei does what he does in canon. So yeah, and then, like, the rogue priest comes, gets her. Naruto, I mean, not Naruto. God, I said it in the last episode too. The last part of this. Wow. Okay. I'm thinking of Naruto what ifs now again. Sheesh. I hate when I think of what ifs while I'm making a what if. It happens sometimes. Yeah. So Issei follows the rogue priest and Azia. He finds the old church that they go into, and Issei feels like multiple different energy reading, like, the same way he felt like what he sensed from, like, Rias, Akano, and Kaneko. And so Drake says, "There's fallen angels in there." And Issei says, "Yeah, I figured that much. Maybe she's in there too then. Unless I can get my revenge on her, finally." But, Drake does say, "Don't rush into hastily, Issei. We have to prepare." He goes, "I know that. I'm not an idiot, Drake." But he goes, "I know. I'm just reminding you. You have that rash and anger problem from Cloud. Remember?" He goes, "Yeah, that's right. Thanks." So he leaves. He says he'll return tonight. And the whole entire thing where Akano sees the rogue priest and Azia happens. And, Issei's preparing. He's basically getting all his swords ready. And he, puts them all together to make the... Hold on, I forgot what the sword name was. Someone said the fusion blade or the fusion sword. I'm gonna go with the fusion sword. Basically, they combine all together to make one sword. As he basically puts it on his back. He basically, changes clothing from the uniform to be basically just regular clothing. Like, he's not wearing no armor. He's not gonna go in just like basically wearing a school uniform. No, he's going in with regular clothing, but it's a combination between the picture with Cloud and Sephiroth's, clothing. By that I mean he's gonna have the shirt of Cloud, and then the jacket, the pants of, with the jacket of Sephiroth, the pants of Cloud, and the boots of Sephiroth. So yeah, he has them, and he basically tells his mom and dad he's gonna go out. They ask what, as Drake comes out and says, "Hunting a fallen angel," which he says his mom just says, "Really? Well, who is it?" He goes like, "The one who nearly killed me, mother. Now, if you excuse me." As he walks out of the door, walk out of the house, closes the door, and then right away, he brings out the one wing and just flies over. And, when he gets there, he sees Rias and her Paraj attacking the church. As Usaid doesn't waste no time. He just goes right into... He just basically flies down into the church, crashing through the roof. And right away, like, two fallen angels are there. Konako and Kiva are there. As the fallen angels, like, see Issei with his sword in hand. As what they have... They basically make, like, spears of light and shoot them right at him. As then he just cuts them both so easily. Runs straight towards the fallen angels. And just kills them with one slash. As he just puts then the sword on his shoulder and looks at Kanako and Kiva, says, "Do not get in my way, both of you." As Kiva says, "Who are you?" And Kanako blushing still. She goes, "Issei, why you?" As he goes, "I'm only here to get someone. I don't like the way, a priest was treating her. Also, she looked scared when I saw her left with him." I think that's how it was in canon, so let's just say in this one, that's the way she looked when she left with the priest. So yeah, the royal priest. So Issei finds the door and just smashes it with his blade. And what happens next is, he just starts walking down, very slowly. And everyone in the room down, in the basement, can feel it. Like a ominous presence is coming towards them, of death. Issei is just wondering, could I take all of them on by myself? I'm not near the level of Sephiroth or Cloud, but maybe I can fight them all. As Drake appears on his left hand, arm, basically hand and arm. He's like, "Partner, I know you can do it, but I'm here to help you." It's right. As what happens next, when he gets down there, he sees a lot of people, just doing prayers, and then then when he looks forward, he sees Azia, basically the same way she was, along with basically Renair, just looking at him. She's pissed but terrified all exactly the same time. And then all of a sudden, Issei doesn't waste no time. They hear boosts, two boosts, and then he says, "Fariga." And he just snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden, fire goes right straight towards Renair, but it's so fast, it does hit her, killing her instantly. I'm wasting no time with this. I'm not, she's just dead. As in, not Naruto, as Issei then basically to start walking forward, but it's above everyone. And so, everyone's shocked by this. Even Azia. She's just thinking, what's happening? How is he, doing this? But everyone is in silence. Konako, Kiva come down, and they see what Issei, did, and they see basically Renair burning and dying. Well, she's already dead. It was an instant, kill. The fire's just still there, and, yeah. So, basically, when Issei gets there to Azia, he basically cuts the chains and puts his jacket right over her. And just says, "Come on, let's go." and they just start walking down the steps. The people don't do nothing. They're just basically just staring there. And Drake, basically asks, what should we do with them? He goes, let them leave. They'll flee like the cowards they are. There's no point in killing them. Which that caught Ozzy off guard. And so when he walks past Kanako and Kiba, and he just walks all the way, up the stairs with them following right behind him. Akeno and Rias are there. They see like Issei coming from like the basement, coming up from it with Azia, and he just looks at Rias. He goes, "It looks like we both had the same thing planned." Rias Gremory. And she goes, Issei Huda, why are you here? He goes, simple. I came in contact with this girl earlier today, in the afternoon, after school, when I was about to go into the forest and train for a little bit. And, well, I wasted my day. Well, I basically kind of wasted my time just, making her seem a little bit happy. She was kind of a little bit scared at first, I think, or worried. Something, so I tried to make her day at least enjoyable. It was the least I could have done. As he's just saying this with a face of like a stone cold face, as Rias, just says, well, we didn't need your assistance, but thank you. He goes, it's no problem. Like, when he basically landed, he did put away the wing. But, she does, but who made the hole in the, he goes, oh, I did. She goes, what? He goes, well, yes. But it does not matter. Do you have some clothing for Azia here? As Maria says, of course we do. Well, we have it back at the occult club. But for now, we can give her a blanket. He was like, that'll be great. So they, Azia gives her back. Azia gives his jacket back to him. He puts it on. And then, she gets the blanket. She goes, thank you, Issei. He goes, it's no problem. Anyways, as he just walks, like, to the hole, he bows and says, I bid you all a good day. Oh. And do not fear for what you will see. I do not work with these fallen angels, for one nearly killed me. But, because I was near death, she unlocked a power within me. And I will explain it all to you tomorrow. And the power becomes of only one wing. As he basically puts his hand to the side, his whole entire arm to the side, as the wing pops out, and everyone's in shock by this, and Issei just says, goodbye, and just flies off. He goes back home. He goes for the front door. She asks, that was quick. He goes, well, there are some people already there. I thought I was going to have to do a whole entire fight. So, the girl's safe. She goes, wait, you mean you were also hunting down a girl? He was like, no, let me explain. So he explained who Azia was and what he had a bad feeling about, so he went there. And also he knew about fallen angels were there because of Drake told him. So he was going there to basically find Renee and kill her, which he did right away. He wasn't playing around. So yeah. And, Issei's parents are not really upset about this, but the way how he said, like, how, basically he just entered her life was, like, he's done it before. Even though he has never, killed anyone before, he says, oh, yes, it's the memories. It made me numb to the feeling of, guilt and not by, ending someone else's life. Basically, I still have a lot of guilt for other stuff, but not when it comes to ending the lives of my enemies. So yeah. So that happens. Jesse, he left his phone home, so basically, Jesse was like texting him basically like 12 messages, like she wanted to know where like just wanted to talk and he wasn't answering, so then he just texted her. He was like, "I was out." She was, "Where?" He was killing something. He goes, "What do you mean killing something?" He was like, "Fallen angels." She goes, "Huh?" He goes, "I'll tell you later." Well, I mean, I'll explain it all tomorrow. I'm a little bit tired anyways. She goes, "All right. Just be safe, please. If you do that again." He was like, "There are some people there already taking care of the fallen angels, so don't worry." She goes, "All right." So yeah, so he goes to sleep, and you know he has some flashbacks of Cloud's life, and basically Tifa. He basically sees Tifa. He sees Jesse. He sees basically. I can't forget these people's names. Basically, he sees everyone that he was like working with when he became basically a freelancer. To working with the. I've been playing the game. How can I forget them? The name of their basically rebellion. Avalanche. He remembers everyone from Avalanche, and he remembers how Jesse died and the two other people. And then all of a sudden he wakes up after that. He just says, "I hate those dreams." And he just falls back to sleep afterwards. And then he wakes up after about like 3 hours of sleep more. So yeah. He basically gets changed for school after he does whatever he does in the morning. Takes apart the fusion sword to only be one. Well, I need to check something, guys. Alright, I had to check to see if my work phone had enough charge to it because I was technically having some troubles with it earlier. So yeah, like it was at like last time I checked it was at 50. Then all of a sudden, that was like a couple hours ago, like 4 maybe 5 hours ago, and then it's like at 36, and I haven't even used it at all. So yeah, I'm like wondering what the freak. Anyways, so after he gets everything ready, he basically goes back over to he gets over to school. He basically he didn't sleep at all, but he did. And Jessie was like noticing like when she got to school, because Issei left a little bit early. She says, "Cloud," and he goes, "Oh hey, what's up?" She goes, "What happened to you?" I was like, I had a rough night's sleep." She goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." So she asks, "Tell me about it." He was like, "You don't want to know." He goes, "Cloud, please." He goes, "Fine." I remember everyone from Avalanche. You, Tifa. And then he goes on and on. And she nods. And then he even says about your death and, well, the other guy's deaths. And, well, she hugs him. And, well, let's just say his face is a little bit red. Kaneko, has been technically, like, telling him. And he knows. And she's seeing this. And let's just say Kaneko is just smiling, and she doesn't know like why. She's just saying like, "Good for you, Issei." She says that in her head, and she's like, "No, no, no, he's a perv, right?" But the one wing, and uh, so yeah, and then like he basically looks over to his right, and like he's able to see Kaneko, so he just tells her to come out. Basically, like, gives a sign that he knows she's where she is and just come over. And she comes out of her hiding spot, and she does. So it's like Jesse lets go, and her face is a little bit red. He was like, "Thanks." She goes, "No problem." So yeah, and then like when Kaneko gets over, he goes, "Let me guess, Rias told you to spy on me," and she nods. He was like, "All right, I'll meet everyone at the code club afterwards. All right." After school. She says, "Alright, I'll tell her that." And so, the normal day goes on, and well, Issei goes going to the code club, but Jesse decided to come with him. And when he gets over there, he sees Asia, and well, just there. As he goes, "Oh, hi Asia, what's up?" She goes, "Oh, Issei, it's nothing much. Rias has been, treating me fairly, and look," as she brings out the devil wings. And he goes, "Ah, you're a devil now." She goes, "Yeah. You say, do you mind telling?" He goes, "That's what I'm here to explain." So, Rias says, "Just wait for everyone else to come," as Kaneko, Kiva, and, come in. So, yeah. So, so Issei just tells everyone to sit down. This is going to be a long story, but he'll make it quick. So he explains Cloud first, and then Sephiroth, Mako then, and how both of them decided to be come into one person. Basically, it was him, and that he had to be dying or near a death experience, or even close to dying to even unlock that power. And well, because of Renair, he did. So that plus I can even take basically he says, I could take a stab to the chest or to the gut and walk it off like it's nothing. Basically. That's how durable and strong I am. But at my prime, it'd be almost like it's impossible for me to even get hurt a little. I can still get hurt by being stabbed, but I can walk away, like I said, like it's nothing. And, well, that's mostly to it. Also, I can use magic. I can share myself, use fire, blizzard, um, basically an earth attack along with lightning, and I can basically even use a summon to make into my own little dimension where it's like an illusion that will basically hurt you a lot and you can almost die from it. As he says this with a smile, as Ria is shocked by this. And so she goes, "Alright, so what about the one wing?" He goes like, "Oh, then let me, explain about the soldier program." And, well, he explains it all. And that how his eyes are different too, and the one wing was a part of it too, basically. As, she's shocked, so it's not like a fallen angel thing. It's just because of this whole entire Genova cell thing. Alright, hold on everyone. Alright, I'm eating my dinner, everyone, but I'm gonna talk and then pause again so that way I can eat. So yeah. But anyways, so Rias understands now. So, and then she goes, "Alright, that's good, you're not a fallen angel. So, I have a question for you." And he just looks at her and goes like, "Yes? What is it?" She goes, "Do you mind well, having Asia live with you?" And he goes, "Why?" And she goes, "Well, even though the doubles does hold a certain, how can I say this right? A certain influence on this part, well, on this town basically, or city, part of the city, and well, we just need Asia to live with, somewhere where she can be safe. So that way if any fallen angels come after her, she won't be targeted because of, well, someone's there." As Issei nods his head and says, "Alright, I can do that. I mean, we are friends after all, so I just need to talk to my parents about this. He goes, well, I already did. He goes, you just asked me if it was alright, even though you already did. You're a devil. She goes, yes, but I'm the devil's sister, the Devil King's sister, Lucifer's. He goes, wow, that's shocking. Not really. I suspected that. Here's why. He was like, well, truthfully, if you knew, or should I say, since you have some influence in this part of the city, you should have known about Rainier, right? She goes, yes. And then, you should have took care of her if she was in the school, right? She goes, yes. And she has a little sweat drop, like going down her face. He goes, so that means you knew about her and you were willing to let me die, Rhea Scremery. And, he goes, what do you mean? He goes, it's because of the balance breaker, Drake, aka the Welsh Dragon. As he makes it appear on his basically hand, like, arm and hand, and she goes, he goes, quit trying to make excuses and just admit it. She goes, yes, I need your power for, to help. Basically, I need to become stronger, so that way I can prove myself to someone. As he say, just looks like it was like family. She goes, huh? He goes, it sounds like it's a family thing. Let me guess, you're in something that you don't want to be in, but you have to do it because of your family? And she nods. He goes, huh. I guess it's one of those old-fashioned TV shows where it's just a arranged marriage or something. And she goes, how did you? I was like, wow, it is? Jeez. That's kind of old school, but oh well. So, he says, alright, well, I guess Ozzy is gonna be coming to the school. And all the while, Jesse was like, as soon as, Ria's talked about Ozzy living with him, Jesse has been, like, not glaring at Ozzy, glaring at Rias. And then Issei looks over, he goes like, Jesse, you alright? She goes, yeah, I'm perfectly fine. And he can't tell she's not, so he just, like, holds her hand, but then all of a sudden, like, her face goes red. And he goes, are you getting a little jealous here? She goes, why? Basically, like, stuttering too. He was like, because, well, someone's gonna be living in my house that's a girl. Basically, she goes, no. Maybe. I don't know. He just laughs about it. He goes, alright, alright, alright. So, yeah. So, Azia basically says that all her stuff is, at his house already. She already met, his parents and all that, and she already got into the school. So, do you mind if we, walk over to, his house so that way she can get a basic route to the school and everything? And he goes, all right, that's fine. So yeah, so that's what happens. Jessie had to go home, but unwillingly. She didn't want to go home, but she had to. So, when Issa gets to his house, Azia, well, Issa's parents, like, say hello to Azia, it's good to see her. And they're glad, they have, such a nice girl living with them. As, she says, no, thank you. It's so nice for you, to let me stay here and all. And so, after that, Issa shows up to our room and just says, like, his room's right over in that direction, and, well, he'll be there if she needs anything. So, she says, alright. So, yeah, so, after, that, Issei just works on, like, just do some maintenance on his swords, and does some, like, goes, well, into his, like, no, he starts some training in his room, doing some working out and everything for about 2 hours, and then he falls asleep. So, yeah. So, the next day of school, Azia was introduced into the classroom. Her, Issei's old friends were basically just doing what they did in canon without talking to Issei. Issei sees them, glares at them, they shut it. And, Ozzy's sitting right next to him. So, yeah. And, well, since, Issei doesn't become a part of the Purge, so he just, like, goes home. He says he'll basically come over and pick her up later. She says, alright. But on his way home, though, he meets up with Jessie. She was waiting for him and all. And she decides, hey, let's, hang out. And, well, they do. They go to the arcade. He wins some prizes. And then they get something to eat. And, well, yeah, Azia gets her familiar. It's the dragon again, so that happens. Okay, what else? I'm trying to remember from season 1. So, hold on. So, basically, Jesse is asking him, has he been training? He goes, yeah, he has. He's on his way back to the school to get Azia. Because one, well, he said he would because she still needs to, get home. Because she's not, used to walking, like, from the school to home, like, to Issei's home yet. So that's why. So, yeah. And that's why he, goes back. She's way at the front gate, and they go back the way, to Issei's place. Like, Jesse leaves, though, basically while they were talking, Ozzy was listening to them, basically hearing about his training, what he's been doing, trying to get stronger and such. And, well, it's kind of amazing that he says he needs to go to the gym to, do a lot more. So, yeah. So, after that, he does after that, like, Jesse leaves, but she does kiss him on the cheek and says bye, which Issei's face is just red. And then he goes, what was that for? She just says, no reason. And he's like, really? No reason? Wow, thanks. And then she goes, psych. And he goes like, I knew that was coming, but still, I fell for it. And she just runs off. Ozzy just says, do you like her? And he goes, yes. Come on, let's go. And, I just asking questions. Basically, he's just answering them vaguely because he's embarrassed. So, yeah. So they get home, and, well, they eat. Issei does the same thing like he did, but he just works out more. And also, he does his homework and helps out Azia, too. So, yeah. And, well, the whole entire situation with the tennis and the volleyball thing does happen the next day. I'm trying to rush because I have to eat. Yeah. So yeah, basically, that much fighting happens. But you say this finds a area like he finds a gym so that way he could train in hand-to-hand combat. Basically, but it's more like in the boxing way. So, he goes to the gym, and that's what he does. Also, he basically learns some things, and then he just starts going back to the school because he realized he forgot something. And when he gets back to the school, um, he had to go into the school building, and when he does, he basically sees like Jesse in the chemistry lab, just working on something, and he's just watching it, and you know, she just looks like she's having fun while doing it. And then he goes, so you like science, huh? And she gets startled by him. She goes, Cloud, please don't ever do that again. He goes, sorry. But what are you working on? She goes, oh, just some science projects. I just want to, go over my notes again. And he goes, I see. So yeah. So while this is happening, the volleyball thing happens and all. And, well, I wanted to get to the Razor fight, but I gotta work. All right, so here's the thing. We're doing a little bit of like a day, like 2 days skip. We're having like a 2 week skip. Basically, what happens ends. The whole entire like sports event happened, but he stays with Jesse, and he also helps out Ozia too. And well, then like they go on a training thing. Issei just comes with. He learns how to do a summon. He works on the summon and then the fire. He's and like some of the overdrives, like the Omni slash, the slash to summon out meteors, and one of Sephiroth's moves too. And well, then after that, we get over like Ozia like was called over to go to like the Razor, and play, basically had to be there, as Issei says he's gonna come too, and Rhea says okay. Jesse was not gonna be there. She basically says she can't come. And he was like it's alright, I'll be fine. So she says alright. So she does kiss him again that she can just tells him be safe. And well, during that little skip I made, Issei and Jesse have got closer. So yeah. So basically after that, Sonya's there too, and then like Rias and everyone else is there. And then Razor comes. Razor does exactly the same thing as he, basically does. And well, Issei just has like, after hearing him talking for so much, Issei just brings down the card case and turns the regular sword into Sephiroth's sword and holds it right to Razor's neck and just tells him to shut it. You're such an annoying bird. You need to learn your place. As Razor goes like, who are you to tell Razor what to do? He goes, I'm the being who can basically kill you in an instant. Don't ever mess with me. And let me tell you now. Basically, I'm getting tired of the way you've been treating the girls here. So, yeah. Leave and forget about the arranged marriage. Got it? Because if you don't, I'll find you wherever you are or wherever you live. And I'll make sure everything you own is destroyed. And you will fall into the most deepest despair that you could ever imagine and wish for death. Got it? As Razor's just getting mad, so he challenges him to a fight, but which he thinks it'll be like, Reese's like will have to fight too. As he looks at Reese and says, "Do you accept?" And Griffiev was there. As Reese says, "Why? He's not a part of my barrage." And he goes, "Why he's here?" He was like, "Because Asia, because if someone lives with me that's a part of this barrage, and I said I'll come with, so that way we can talk about this later. But since you want to fight me, I'll fight you and every one of your, she says chess pieces," Rhea says. He goes, "Chess pieces. Part of your barrage. I'll fight every one of them. And I'll win. And I'll make sure you wish you never did." As, Razor snapped his fingers as all the chess pieces come out. And he goes, "Challenge accepted. Razor will not lose to the likes of you, mortal." As all of a sudden, Issa just starts laughing. He goes, "Me, a mortal. You have no idea who you're messing with." And so, that's where I'm going to end it off. I hope you guys understand. I got to eat my dinner, I got to finish it up, and then I got to get changed, go to work. So yeah, but basically, I'm a fast reader when it comes to these, when it comes to any manga or comics. So basically, I would probably get near the end of I'll probably get near a 100 chapter in 2 to 3 days. So you guys don't have to worry. But anyways, I'll see you guys, when I in solo leveling, and then we're gonna be doing multiple parts of solo leveling and getting that one done. I want to get that one done because I got so many good ideas for it. And also, yes, someone said if I was thinking about that demon girl from the solo leveling, series, the solo leveling comic, you were right. It is. That is the ship in the Solo Leveling series. I mean, the Solo Leveling Deku. And heck, I will make a Solo Leveling Naruto. I mean, Solo Leveling Naruto. But not now. Alright? Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a nice night, day, wherever you guys are. Bye.